With more and more people wanting to become nurses and actually get into it because of whatever reason, more and more nurses are starting to realize they hate bedside nursing, and it's not for everyone. But in this video, I'm going to be going over my top 5 career options for those that hate bedside nursing, so stay tuned. Welcome back, Psych Dude family. It's good seeing each and every one of you guys today. If you are new to my channel, let me formally introduce myself. I'm the Psych Dude. I'm a board-certified psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and in this channel, I go over several different subjects to educate the public about mental health, ways to improve your lifestyle, topics related to nursing, nurse practitioners, and specifically psychiatric mental health nurse practitioners like myself. So if you are interested in any of these topics, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you like this video and follow me on Instagram at the Psych Dude. So you probably clicked this video because you're either interested in moving away from bedside nursing or you absolutely hate it. You hate it, let's face it, you hate it. I'm just kidding. But honestly, bedside isn't for everyone. Bedside isn't for me. I hated bedside. When I went from psych, I went to ICU, hated it, and I went to ER, and that was the best move for me. And sometimes just working with patients isn't for everyone. You might have got into nursing for whatever reason. You thought it was glamorous, you love the scrubs, for whatever reason you went into nursing, you might not feel that it's for you. And the good thing about nursing is there's so many different avenues out there. You don't have to work with patients. You don't have to work in hospitals. You don't have to work bedside. You don't have to do any of those, and you could still be a nurse and still work as a nurse. And the beauty of nursing is those options. The beauty of nursing is you'll be able to do all of those things and move from one job to another to whatever role you want to be within nursing. And in this video, I'm going to be going over those top 5 options. Well, they're my top 5 options of what I believe are the top roles away from bedside. So let's get started on this list. So my very first career option for those that hate nursing bedside is Informatics Nurse Specialist. So Informatics Nurse Specialist is a special role where you'll be able to be behind the scenes, and you'll still be able to help improve the quality of care being provided to patients. You get to work on so many different things, and it's a special blend between working in informatics and a special blend with having medical knowledge. You get to be a vital source for actually helping healthcare companies in order for you to improve their systems, whether it being the EMR, whether it being roles, or whether it be actually implementing something within their system that involves technology in order to improve or monitor or evaluate care being provided from nursing staff, doctors, or whoever is actually being able to do it. The beauty about this role is you can still be in the hospital, you can still be there, but not necessarily providing that patient care. Yes, some people are transitioning into having their master's level because they want to transition from BSN to MSN, and a lot of them are getting their masters in this. But this role is beautiful because you don't necessarily have to be there. You can be behind the scenes and still be able to provide the quality of care possible to help patients get to where they need to get to. For those that hate bedside nursing is Nurse Educator. So a Nurse Educator, you do not have a hands-on role with patients. You'll be able to kind of prepare other nurses, nursing students, and be able to work in that role. You get to be able to work in either the clinical setting with doing clinicals with students, or you get to work in the university or community college role where you'll be able to teach students. You don't necessarily have to work bedside. Yes, having experience is absolutely key in the very beginning, but if you're looking to transition out of this role, you'll be able to just be a nurse educator. You get to be able to teach. You'll be able to be in that vital role where you're helping other students, helping future nurses in order for them to help improve the quality care for the patients. So this role is extremely vital because you do the role of being able to shape the future of nursing. So if you love what teaching, if you love educating, but you absolutely hate bedside, then maybe this is a role for you as well. So my third favorite career option for those that hate working bedside is forensic nurse consultant. So the beauty about being a forensic nurse consultant is you don't necessarily have to work bedside, but it is a more hands-on position compared to the other ones I mentioned. But about becoming a forensic nurse is you get to care for patients that are victims of trauma, violence, or even abuse. You get to use the foundational knowledge of your being a nurse and actually apply that when taking care of these patients, because let's face it, you are going to be the front line of helping these patients when it comes to providing this sensitive and compassionate care, when you need to be able to use this information, gather this information to be used in the court of law. And you want to be able to use all of that medical knowledge and not necessarily have to deal with just dealing with day-to-day basis of bedside nursing, but you get to still be the forefront and you still get to be the front line in being able to provide this care, especially to a vulnerable population that did suffer all of these things. And let's face it, they need nurses that are able to provide this type of care and provide the compassion in order for you to help them overall. And the beauty about being this forensic nurse is you get to provide those things and not having to deal with the daily grind of lifting, changing, or whatever you do within bedside nursing. So my fourth career options for those that hate bedside is being a telemedicine nurse. So as a telemedicine nurse, you get to be able to provide care, use your knowledge, and able to help patients, especially when providing care through telemedicine appointments. So you'll still be able to provide the care. Obviously, in emergent situations, they kind of have to go towards the hospital, but as a telemedicine nurse, you get to be able to help consult and be able to see what's going on with the patient and being able to provide the type of care needed for them to get better, or if they need to seek help elsewhere, you get to be the front lines in terms of being able to help them. You don't necessarily have to deal with them being in the hospital. You just have to kind of just be there to see if something's emergent or what needs help, and you get to be able to relay what your findings are to the doctor or to whoever the provider is, and you get to work from home. And that's the beauty about being a telemedicine nurse, is you don't have to go to the hospital, you don't have to go to a clinic. You can just be at home and kind of provide the services and making sure that the patient's safe enough to be able to just stay at home or relay that message to a doctor or tell them to go to the hospital. And you don't have to worry about the hustle and bustle of being a bedside nurse and having to turn, flip, change, all of those things. You get to just be at home, comfort of your home, and just seeing them remotely from your house. So my fifth and favorite career option for those that absolutely hate nursing bedside is being a psych nurse. So psych nursing isn't technically bedside. Usually it's like the med-surg, ICU, things like that. And as a psych nurse, you don't necessarily have to worry about the hustle and bustle of being a bedside nurse. With psych nursing, you get to use your therapeutic communication and help patients that are dealing with mental disorders. Yes, you may be doing hard work in terms of takedowns, putting people in restraints, but for the most part, you get to be there therapeutically. You get to have conversations with the patients. And patients go there whenever they're having depressive episodes or feeling suicidal. And a lot of the times, people absolutely love talking to nurses and you being able to assess them, you be able to therapeutically treat them. And it's a beautiful thing, especially when you get to sit down with them. Yes, you're going to have those patients that are actively psychotic. Yes, they'll have those patients that are actively manic, but for the most part, they still are humans. You get to still talk to them. You get to still spend time with them. You don't necessarily have to worry about hanging piggybacks. You don't have to worry about inserting IVs, doing Foleys, cleaning up poo. Well, in psych, you might have to clean up poo on the walls. I've had bad experiences, but for the most part, it's not an everyday occurrence. You don't have to necessarily worry about that, and once you're kind of done, you're done with it. As opposed to bedside, it's like you get all the back pain. You're having to do so many mundane tasks, and it gets difficult at times. And I can understand and see why people want to move away from bedside. But if you want to think about still working in a facility, think about psych nursing. Psych nursing is a beautiful thing. Yes, it's not for everyone, but for the most part, you get to do so much. If you like talking to people, having conversations, and being able to treat patients with your therapeutic methods, then definitely definitely by all means go this route. Well guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this list. I hope it helped you kind of think outside of the box. Yes, there's so many other career options out there like public health nursing. You can do your legal consultant. You can do so many other roles if you want to work in corporations, if you want to work in clinics. There's so many different roles outside of bedside, but I figured these roles are kind of unique and you can still be within the healthcare setting and still be a nurse and just do your own thing, and you don't necessarily have to take care of patients, but you get to be able to be kind of helping shape the future of nursing, helping be behind the scenes in order to still provide the quality of care possible. And like I said, I love these things. I love these 5 career options because it helps you think outside of the box. When you think of nursing, you always think about med-surg, ICU, ER, ortho, but you don't necessarily think about psych. You don't think about working as a legal consultant. You don't think about just being in IT. You don't think about these things, but I kind of wanted to open up your minds and open up your perspective in all of these different roles, because as nurses, we absolutely can do so much within nursing, and people absolutely or they just think that we just work in hospitals, but it's not true. We work in so many different settings, and if you are not even a nurse and you're thinking about being a nurse, don't even worry about if you don't feel like you don't want to be a bedside nurse, or if you feel that you're scared of blood, because there's so many different options within nursing. I don't even see blood anymore. I don't even see it at all. Yes, I did see it in the ER, but I don't even remember the last time I did wound care, the last time I did any of these things. So don't worry about that. Just kind of get into your role, find your niche, and then kind of go from there. Well guys, I hope you found this video great. I hope you loved it. I hope you're gonna use this information for your future. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, concerns, please feel free to comment down below, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and like this video. Please like this video to help me out, and follow me on Instagram at the Psych Dude. As always, have a wonderful day. Until next time, bye.